The Pioneers, yeah, the Pioneers will be on attack first, and that's something that will definitely play to their advantage. They did take that first map very convincingly on Ilios, and so the tempo, the control, the match is really in their hands, and so it's really up to the Titans to establish how they want to regain a foothold in this match. You know, one of the things I would love to see maybe is maybe a protect the president style with Bastion. Maybe just something where their entire strategy is existing to just to buy some time. You know, maybe hamster. Maybe their whole plan is just to swing around point. You know, one of those things is that we definitely need to see from the Titans here is a big defense.
Yeah, and I think another thing that is really key for the Titans is they need to force these. They need to force the Pioneers out of their groove. They need to force the Pioneers onto something not that they picked, but something that they had to play to counter whatever the Titans were doing. This Bastion strat might be just that thing. They might force them into a kind of Star Wars mirror matchup, and that could really help them out in this match.
Yeah, for sure. That's one of the things that, you know, running something like a Junkrat Bastion Brigitte is going to be interesting. You know, typically when you see a Bastion, you see a Baptiste just because of the mentality field, but Brigitte is an interesting composition adjustment. You know, maybe anticipating some form of dive or just a fight in a close quarters, but we will see the Titans here take it with the Symmetra, so possibly looking just to teleport to point. That's going to be something that might catch the Pioneers or the Titans off guard. The Pioneers will make it their way to point, and now the rotation is up to the Pioneers to contest this defense.
They rotated just a little bit slow. They've already given up a tick, and because they were rushing onto the point, they lose 3 in quick succession. Super has those turrets set up on the point, and he is just melting people with the Symmetra microwave. And just like that, the Pioneers break right through the defense of the Titans, and it looks like they're going to be rushing point B as well.
Yeah, they are going to be rushing point B, and you know, we are going to see a lot of momentum. And luckily, due to the change to 2CP, we will see a defense be established here in the back corner. This is where the Bastion needs to find some life. Mr. Mage taking the point, trying to create some space, but he has to be mindful of Super here on the ramped up Symmetra. Is going to fall to Nelse almost immediately.
Yeah, and once again, we see the turrets set up on the point, doing so much damage. 3 people already taken down yet again. 2 ticks closing in on 3. The contest comes in, but how long will the Titans last? The answer to that question is not much longer, as the Pioneers finish with a very great.
Yeah, I know that they are finishing a little bit faster than I think the Titans wanted, but you know, the nice thing about 2CP with some of the time changes is 5 minutes and 47 seconds is not a lot of time.
Yeah, I definitely really do like the time changes and how they've worked to favor the defense a bit more so that we can stop seeing the 8-7 2CP games that we often saw. It seemed like before the changes that every 2CP game was either 1-0 or 8-7, and it didn't really seem like there was much of an in-between. So it should be very interesting here to see how this one plays out. But the Titans are really struggling right now. They're searching for answers. And we'll see. One of the things about 2CP is it's a very momentum-heavy map, and the momentum can swing between rounds. So we'll see if they can bring the momentum back in their favor.
Yeah, exactly. Bringing the momentum back in their favor is what they need to do. As the Titans, they have a lot of weight to swing around. So hopefully that's incorporated, you know. One of the things that I'd really like to see is just a little bit better usage of the space that they're holding. You know, we saw them completely get caught out there on that rotation. You know, that they were unable to get to the point in time, and when they did, it just seemed very unorganized. So maybe, again, one of the things that we can see from the Titans is it's just something that suits it to their strengths. You know, maybe they don't want to sit around as much. Maybe they need to play a little faster. Maybe we see some tanks like Winston and Wrecking Ball pulled out. But we are going to see the attack. We are going to see a Symmetra as well come out from the Titans. So perhaps trying to flip the strat on here, and we are going to see Super on the Hanzo, which is a little bit different than what we've seen in the past.
Yeah, this is something I really love to see is this Hanzo pick. We'll see how it works out. Hanzo, one of my personal favorites to play alongside McCree, and we shall see if he can rain down the damage with his crossbow. And the Titans starting to make their way out of the choke here, but really it is just Mr. Mage and his shield taking a huge beating here. They're going to try and make their way through, but Super are able to get a pick here.
Yeah, it looks like the communication was a little bit mixed there. The teleport wasn't available there from Turtle Masher. He used it to get out of spawn. So we are going to see the Pioneers kind of get stuck in this doorway here. They're going to take a fight, and this is going to play to their strengths if they use Brigitte right. But Super with 2 big picks there on Hanzo.
Yeah, he's just shooting those tree trunks right through the doorway. He finds 2 in quick succession there, and Headhunter on the Sigma gets caught out as well. And that's going to be a very rough stagger here. We're under 3 minutes in the time bank now, and the Pioneers really haven't been phased at all by this Titan.
No, they haven't. There's just been a lot of coordination. You know, the key of Symmetra is kind of the art of surprise of just flipping the point on your opponent, and especially when you have something like a Brigitte instead of a Lucio, you're just unable to really exist in open spaces. You know, we saw Super popping heads there, and they're going to look for another push here from the Titans.
Yeah, and the Titans coming through, they are able to safely make it through down this staircase here, and they're going to try and push up it. This is a common form of battling on this map, is trying to push through this staircase, trying to take that high ground away from the defense, and they're coming, they're looking to do just that. Super and Nelsie, though, are going to say, not if we have something to say about it. The Dragon Strike coming through, 4 kills right there for the Pioneers, and they are going to silence the attack of the Titans in that fight.
Yeah, half the time bank has been burned for the Titans on attack. We are going to see Pyro opt to play the Junkrat and Miss Titan, or I'm sorry, MCS Titan swapping to Mercy. So a little bit different, and Mr. Mage is going to go to the Winston, so we're going to see a little bit faster play. Maybe the Sigma ultimate, the Flux from Hunter 18 can find some value, but we definitely have to pay attention to Nelsie here because he does have the slam online, so he could potentially do a lot of damage here.
And you know, the thing is, I think these switches, we'll see how it plays out, but they could be hurting more than they help. I think we saw a lot of great progress from the Titans in that last team fight. They had a very clean engagement. They're able to push up the staircase onto the Pioneers. And then mid-fight, it kind of fell apart. But, you know, we'll see. I'm not even sure if they'll be able to get to a mid-fight with this comp.
Yeah, you know, we've seen Super getting a lot of damage here. Mr. Matt Mage jumping in, going to be dropped almost immediately. The rest of the team in quick succession, but it looks like they're going to be just backed off as they really have no space to use. You know, 1 minute left on the clock. What do we need to see here, Cool J?
Well, I really think at this point the Titans are going to need a miracle as we see Capri Sun going down as well. Wow, 3 very quickly here. Mayo on this Orisa is not playing around. But we're going to have to see some kind of hero play, either from Pyro or Gerbil Master, getting 2 or 3 kills in quick succession with that area damage they have. But with all the shields on this defensive side, it could be very difficult to get that damage through.
Exactly, you know, we are going to see that Flux, you know, finally available for Headhunter, so that's going to have to come up in a big way. Almost every single ultimate online for the Pioneers, so it's not going to look good. We're going to see the Junkrat from Pyro go for the point touch, not going to make it, going to get dropped there. Nelsie looking for room, but Super going to get a kill on MS Titan. And the final fight for the point with a lot of kills going in the way of the Pioneers. Not looking good for the Titans.
Yeah, that was another rough fight right there. We see, as you mentioned, pretty much all of the ults from the Pioneers online, and they use them to great effect. Each one of them getting a lot of damage, contributing to kills. And another very strong showing here from the Pioneers. They are really showing that they are not here to play around. They are here to win this season. They are taking it seriously from the start. I'm seeing a lot of improvement from them throughout this match.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you have to be paid mind to the DPS of Super and Nelsie for sure, but you know it's definitely been a team effort. You know, we've seen just a lot of good play from the Pioneers all across the board, and it's just speaking to, you know, the volumes of experience and the volumes of mastery they have of their respective hero and team play.
So now a 2-0 lead for the Farmington Pioneers, and the Titans have been looking lost all day long as we head into our third map, which is going to be what are we playing for our third map today? Numbani,
the home of the African Plain, and you know we believe that Doomfist had a little bit of an incident there for a while. Lucio's definitely checked it out, so it is going to be an interesting map for sure. You have to wonder how the Titans must be talking about their strategy right now. You know, we've definitely not seen them be successful really across the board here on Horizon or Ilias. So what can they change, or what can we see from Nimbani maybe that can play to their strengths?
Well, I think we need to see more of what was working well for them in the Horizon Lunar Comp. So, like, we really saw them. I think they feel most comfortable, they feel best on these Reinhardt compositions. Yes, it's not meta, but that doesn't mean that it can't work. And I really saw they had a lot of clean engagements with that composition. And getting the clean engagement, for what a lot of people don't realize, is that's half the battle. If they're picking you off before the fight doesn't even start, you're never going to have a chance, because it's just going to be a series of 6v1, 6v2, 6v3. When they're really in those 6v6 battles, that's when they're giving themselves the best chance to win. So they've really got to work on getting those clean engagements, and then from there they can try and limit the impact of Super and Nelsie. But honestly, it's been such a deadly combo from the Pioneers today. I'm not sure what they can do to limit them.
Yeah, exactly. It has been a deadly combo indeed, and one of the things that you wonder really is maybe that the Titans are just completely unprepared. We've seen teams start in various places all over the season, and as this is week 2, I feel like just a place to be starting is not really the worst place to be at all. This is definitely an experience for the Titans, and it's not how you fail. Of course, it's how you recover that makes you a champion. So hopefully we see some learning, some recovering from the Titans, whether we see it in this match or in the future. We'll definitely see that coming. But as we head into Bonnie, we're going to see the Pioneers once again on attack, and we are going to see a little bit more of the same. We're going to see Super on Doomfist, we're going to see Nelsie on Mei, maybe some swaps coming around. But the interesting thing that I like to point out is that we have Pyro back on Reaper and Gerbil on the Bastion. So definitely something that is a little unorthodox for Nimbani.
I really like this composition, though, but the key for them right here is going to be their positioning, and I'm not so sure that they've got it figured out. Seems like their tanks and their DPS not on the same page. Now they're starting to get set up, but look at the Pioneers here. They've got this cheeky angle. They're coming through right underneath, pushing right onto the point, and look at this. This Bastion has no sight lines. Super going to get the first kill onto Capri Sun. They are still looking for more. Nelsie on the Genji. That's something you really don't see nowadays. But I don't mind. Maybe we can see the Weave Sword being pulled out to good effect here. Mr. Mage going to go down, and now all of a sudden, Headhunter all by himself. Not for long. He's going to go down, and another quick first point cap from the Pioneers.
Yeah, the discordation of the Titans is definitely an advocate. Nelsie going for a quick ghost dash there, showing the mastery of Genji. I believe it's his most played hero. The Titans are just struggling to get set up here. They don't have speed boosts. They can't out-rotate the attackers here, so they're kind of just stuck in this little room.
Yeah, the Ghost Dash, as you mentioned, a very high-level technique. Nelsie really almost at the level of showing off today, as they are looking to finish off this victory as resoundingly as they started it. And another thing that you mentioned earlier, you said it's not how you fail, it's how you pick yourself back up. It's not how you start, it's how you finish as well. And we will see these Titans, how they're able to finish out this season, how they're able to finish out this match. Can they turn around? Can they start to clean up some of the mistakes that they've been making earlier on?
Yeah, Pyro getting his first kill there. Nelsie is going to have the Weave Blade online. Lots of fights going out here too, but kills overwhelmingly going the way of the Pioneers. The Titans putting up their first real fight of the map though.
Yeah, we actually see Gerbil getting set up on the Bastion on the high ground, but the damage is nothing more than Feather tickling, not able to find any final blows there, as the Pioneers have pushed through the second point and are now entering the final.
Exactly, and we have a little bit of ultimates available for the Pioneers. The Blade is going to be online. MTS Titan going to swap to Zenyatta, so going to opt for that Discord or a little bit of extra damage. But it's going to be ultra vulnerable, going to drop immediately to Super.
And here we go, the Dragon Blade coming through, Capri Sun going down, he's looking for more, there we go, a triple kill, make it 4 as he finishes off Pyro with the very last swipe of his blade right there. A fantastic play from Nelsie. Ooh, he says we don't need a hit scan, he's going to go up and take down Gerbil Master as well. And really just doing it all by himself right here. Nelsie is just popping off in this match, hoping to bring his team to the
finals indeed, and Super gonna get some kills. Was in with assistance bongos and fluxes being dropped, and a beat as well, channeling the inner Juby beat. But with very strong time, 5 minutes on the time bank. So the Pioneers have not let up the gas pedal. You said that they want to show up, they want to make themselves a force to be reckoned with, and definitely starting their season off strong. Do you think the Titans have any way to fight back into the series at this time?
Really what they can do is they can, they're fighting for pride now. They've got to show that, we're in this league too. We belong. We've got a ways to go, but we can definitely hang with the big boys. And hopefully they can come out, they can make a strong showing on this last section. As we've mentioned earlier, we are in a best of 5. Their backs are against the wall now. They're down 2-0. They've got a huge time bank on the other side of them. They've got to win this map just to keep in this match. And we'll see how they respond to this kind of pressure.
Exactly. This type of pressure is something that is very unique. You can't create a high-stakes match just out of the thin air. So one of the things that I think we need to see in general is just a deep breath. We're seeing a little bit of stagger play, a little bit of individual freedom, as I like to call it. These decisions are not always lining up in the ways that we like to see. So a deep breath, a mental reset goes a long way here to establish some control. And when you're fighting for pride, you have nothing to lose. So in my book, the best thing to do is just play your game and have fun with it here.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll see how that works out for them. This composition from the side of the Pioneers is something I really didn't expect to see, though. They're running Wheezy on the Ana, and they're running Sheehan on the Roadhog. There are a lot of great sightlines for Ana on this map. This is actually one of the first maps where Ana started to see real competitive play, as we see a very early pick right there. Headhunter trying to come onto the point. He's not going to last very long. Getting shot from all angles there. He was all by himself. But as I was saying, this map, very strong for Ana, but Ana not so strong right now. So I was really surprised to see this pick coming out for them.
Yeah, Ana a little bit different now, but allowing the use of the high ground just to set up kind of an angle where the Ana can sit very well protected is a strong ability indeed. We are going to see kind of this fight here for high ground. The Pioneers not giving the Titans any room here, looking for room, looking for space. The Mayo here just guaranteeing his team all of the poke. With that Sarissa shield being up on cooldown, it just gives the team so much space to harass the Titans, so they can't get any room at all.
Yeah, I really love the synergy of this Pioneers team. You've got Super, you've got Nelsie, you've got Mayo. They're all working in such great conjunction to put so much pressure on this Titans team, making it so difficult for them to get anything done. Pyro going to get caught out there and taken down by a nice Doomfist combo from Super. Yet again, we're back to the drawing board for the side of the Titans. Oh, Nelsie just pushing through the spawn door and finds a headshot on the Titan right there.
Yeah, we're seeing him rain down shots all series. Widowmaker's been a good pick for him in general. Looking to find just early harass. May's gaining his team just a ton of space. Super's been abusing it. Nelsie looking to pop the walls, looking for the shots. Gonna find a kill on Caprice in there. Real nice to see. Looking for more here. Just not giving the room or respect to the Titans at all.
Yeah, more kill shots coming out from Nelsie on this Widowmaker. Just putting on a clinic at this point. Really showing the skills that we've got here in the EGHF league. And we're going to see how it comes now. The Titans starting to take a little bit of space, starting to force the Pioneers back, but maybe the Pioneers just looking for their next aggressive run.
Yeah, definitely one of the things that they're looking for. Just no space at all for the Titans. Ultimates are going to be online. MTS Titan might be forced to use his beat just to get through this choke. We are going to see a Diva big pick from Headhunter 18. Nelsie is going to find himself under pressure from the Reaper of Pyro. Pyro going to get that first kill, and finally the Titans have the way into the series.
Yeah, but now Super in the middle of the enemy team. He's starting to get focused down by these Titans. Can they finish him off, though? They're going to let him survive back there. We see Headhunter lose the mech. The sound barrier comes down, trying to help the Titans stay alive, trying to help them fight through this. They're starting to find kills. This is a back and forth fight now. It's mostly even on the point, but the spawn advantage and the ults are in favor of the Pioneers as they're looking to clean it up, and they do. But look at the ultimates they had to use to do so. They were in full-on panic mode. Nelsie swaps off Widowmaker. They use the bongos, they use the whole hog, they use the Doomfist ult. I think they use the coalescence as well. The Titans really had the Pioneers scared right there, but unfortunately the Pioneers still able to pull it out in the end.
Yeah, we saw Mayo just get incredible value there. You know, he saw a big bongo that just allowed all the extra damage from Zin and Nelsie just to create those kills. Nelsie just harassing them in the spawn, looking for kills with super, pressuring the life out of MTS Titan, and also Caprica gonna fall as well.
Yeah, we're gonna see the Nano going on to Super now, and now he's just terrifying. Imagine a glowing orange golden fist flying at you with the power of a beautiful man behind it. Doomfist going off in the backline, and there we go. The Pioneers taking a resounding 3-0 victory. We are, however, still in the Overwatch League style. We're going to be playing the 4th map here, but the victory is still in favor of the Farmington Pioneers. This will only be for map differential, which, I mean, really, we're not going to see Farmington let up. That map differential is going to matter a lot come playoff time.
Exactly, and one of the things that we saw in that play of the game from Anime Girls is just that big recovery. You know, we saw a bongo, we saw a coalescence, we saw a whole hog, we saw just about every ultimate we could see under the sun popped, and it just allowed the Pioneers to stabilize when they seemed to be in complete dire straits. As we head into this final map, you know, the victory has been secured for the Pioneers, and the Titans are definitely not in their element. But what we're going to see on this last map, you know, we did see a little bit of a foothold there on that last fight. So is there any way that they could capitalize on that foothold? Was it just pure mistake, or was there any room to be learned from?
Well, I think really what we see is that the Pioneers are playing so over aggressive. And I think what we were starting to see is the Titans starting to learn how they can really punish that aggression instead of, like I mentioned earlier, being punished by it. It's really about playing together. It's about playing very disciplined. They can't make any mistakes. Even walking out of spawn, they have to be aware of their surroundings. And they were really starting to do that. That's why they were starting to be able to punish and push back. Unfortunately, the ult bank that the Pioneers had built up was just too overwhelming to overcome. But we may see the Titans come out with some of that knowledge and may see them start to get some real momentum, maybe take a map off of the Pioneers, even though they won't be able to take the match anymore.
Exactly. You know, Dorado is a different map. One of the things that we're going to see come out from Dorado is the fact that the payload is in play almost all the time, and that is a little bit different from the last map of Nimbani, just because there's that initial capture point. So seeing that control, seeing that element of the payload is going to be really interesting on how it affects the gameplay of the Pioneers.
Yeah, but another thing to remember, one of the most historic plays in early Overwatch was actually on this map. It was Envious versus Code 7, and Envious had a huge hold on Code 7. We could be seeing a repeat of that if the Titans aren't able to turn.
Exactly, and turning things around is something that, you know, we might not see today, but we might see in the future. So as we head into this attack here from the Pioneers, one of the things that we have to pay attention to is the fact that we see Super on McCree and we see on Zenyatta, two picks that we haven't seen yet. We also are going to see Mayo and Zarya, which is definitely different. You know, Sigma Zarya is an alternative tank composition at best, and as they have a Bastion on Jason G, maybe this Bastion can find big value against the Sigma Zarya combo.
They're certainly looking for it, but they're not quite able to find the damage they need. He's actually going to get taken down. He was out vulnerable there. The shields had gone down. I really think they're playing Zarya for this Grab Dragon combo. It used to be very prominent in the Overwatch meta. Hasn't been so prominent as of late, but still a certainly very potent combo. We'll see, though, the real key will be how much damage can Mayo put out on this Zarya to actually get these combos.
Exactly, and you know, one of the things also I want to pay attention to is how the Baptiste is used from Anime Girls. Baptiste is a really good hero that is highly underused, just because of the ability to use that high ground, use that jump to control space, and that's just the thing on Dorado that is really, really powerful. And we're just seeing kind of this continual snowball from the Pioneers. is there any way that we can see Pyro maybe answer back, or maybe Jason G answer back on this Widowmaker and Junkrat respectively?
Well, again, as I mentioned, it's about limiting these mistakes. Their positioning, they're still in places where they're by themselves, where they're getting caught out by the aggression of the Pioneers, as we saw right there. Titan was too far forward, didn't have teammates with him, and got taken down by 3 members of the Pioneers. You really need to give yourself a chance to win these fights, and you're not going to win the 3v1s.
Exactly. We are going to see Secret Agent Nelsie on the flank here, on the Hanzo, looking for some big kills. Gonna find one on Pyro, looking for more on MTS Titan. Gonna find it, and just completely uncontested, looking to take a 1v1 against the Junkrat of Jason G. Gonna find another as well, and just on a rampage here with another on Caprisa, and just getting all these kills from behind.
Yeah, very effective flank there from Nelsie, coming through in the back, just completely undetected, finding kill after kill. And this payload going to keep on
moving, and a Dragon going to come out, going to find 3 with a little bit of help from Super. And the cart will keep on rolling. One of the things that we're going to need to see from the Titans is a complete regroup. They're going to need to see 6 players come out together, just because Nelsie's sitting here waiting with the bow drawn and ready.
Yeah, and we're coming in, and as you mentioned, just sitting right outside of spawn. There's damage from all angles. And again, we need to see the Titans show that they can play together. Yes, they take down the High Noon of Super, but they lose Capri Sun in the process. They need to make sure that they're playing as a team here. They're using quite a few ultimates now to be able to push out of their spawn, and it's not working. Nelsie still able to come in behind them and find 2 kills. The Graviton Surge going to come through as well. Actually backfires on them, though. Pulling the Titans together turned out to be exactly what they needed, as they're going to clean up the Pioneers, and for the first time, they're going to stop the payload.
Exactly, stopping the payload, and more importantly, just establishing the fact that the cart is not a rolling stone. It doesn't have the momentum, and sitting directly on this cart will just make it a little bit difficult for the Pioneers to get started here. We are going to see a Dragon from Nelsie come online very, very soon. He's looking to harass from the high ground. He's been very effective on these flanks, and this Dragon is definitely the key for his team to push this Bastion off the cart.
We see, as we're coming in for this next engagement, big composition switch. Wheezy finds 2. He's Jonacking him from all over the place. The kills flying in for the Pioneers again. And again, really the difference here, obviously we have some incredibly mechanically gifted players on the Pioneers, but the real key to their success is their positioning. They're able to make use of the high ground, they're able to make use of these flank angles, and they're really just hitting the Titans from places that they're not expecting and that they're not prepared for.
Exactly, you know, we saw Wheezy open big there. He had a beautiful right click that just destroyed Pyro on the Bastion because he was completely unprotected from a shield. And you know, that definitely plays into what you were saying with positioning. But I'm just happy that the Titans, you know, they did get that one fight. They might have used all their ultimates, and it might have only been one fight, but progress is progress. So props to the swap, pulling in Jason G there, and really making some big moves there with Pyro on the Bastion.
Yeah, I think they might be planning to pull out a pirate ship here just to try and keep some of that momentum going, and honestly, I wouldn't be opposed to that. I'm really expecting, based on what I'm seeing from the Pioneers, I think they're about to just test the limits of their aggression. I think they're going to go for a spawn camp here, and I think that a Bastion composition could be just the thing to try and turn that on its head.
Exactly, and turning it on its head is going to be something that's going to be really interesting. Indeed, we've seen some interesting picks. You know, I did disagree heavily with the pick of Soldier. We haven't seen any real value come from it today. We were also seeing Capri Sun opting to play Zenyatta, and that's also an interesting pick. But finally, for the first time in the series, we're seeing the Titans pick Baptiste, and that's going to be something that I think really allows them to get set up. With these pirate ship compositions, Baptiste is very essential, just because the immortality field grants so many precious seconds of free life, and that's just something that's incredibly important when you're trying to rotate cooldowns to keep your Bastion alive. But as we head into this attack from the Titans, we are going to see Super and the rest of the Pioneers set up for a very aggressive hold.
Yeah, but not quite aggressive enough. They are getting set up on the payload now. Jason G is ready. They've got the Bastion here. Super coming down. He's not if he has something to say about it. He's pouring damage into Jason G. He's looking to finish him off, but as you mentioned, the Petite helping them stay alive there. That immortality field going to keep Jason G alive and on the payload, ready to rain down damage on this.
Exactly, and one of the things that we saw Pyro do, despite my words against it, was get some big kills on Soldier there. Is going to get traded out from Super potentially, going to find some big value on Mr. Mage and Headhunter, but the Baptiste will keep his team just alive as Pyro answers with another.
Yeah, and we see really, it's only a matter of time with the Doomfist. The only way to ensure that the deaths don't come in is to make sure that Doomfist dies. And, you know, that didn't happen there. So Super's first few attacks didn't work out. But he was able to escape with his life, and then he comes in, he finds the kills he needs, and that's going to be that. The Titans back to the drawing board, hoping to make it back to the payload.
Exactly, and you know, we have the pulse bomb going to come up from Nelsie, going to find the kill on Jason G, despite the lamp being dropped. Super going to find some more kills in alone, and the relentless assault from these DPS is just going to continue in the spawn doors of the Titans.
And we'll see now, we see once again this positioning that I'm talking about here. Headhunter, Mr. Mage, and now Pyro so far out there on their own. Pyro actually going to get saved by Titan thanks to the immortality field, but is it delaying the inevitable as the positioning continues to snowball forward for these
teams indeed, and one of the things that you have to pay attention is just Wheezy here. He's been raining down the destruction, the orbs of Discord from afar, and as he doesn't really have any fall off, this positioning just benefits him in general. It's just really allowing his team to do a lot of work. Super and also have been uncontested, and Zen is just controlling the start in a big way.
Yeah, we see them just both doorways here, just really putting on a show now. I think they're really just doing this on their own ego. The pulse bomb coming in, not quite finding much, well, finds a lot of damage, but doesn't find any kills. The healing back up is going to come. There are quite a few ultimates on the side of the Pioneers, on the side of the Titans, however. And we'll see if they're able to push out with them. Splitting kills, but that really favors the defense here.
Exactly, and one of the things that we're just seeing is Weezy finding really good value. You know, the Jason G has been his #1 target with these right clicks, and they've gotten so many picks. And this Ordo Discord is just allowing his team just so much damage. You know, Mayo is on the Wrecking Ball now, and he's been flanking his teammates along with his DPS, and they just create so much chaos.
Yeah, we see the Visor now coming out from Pyro, hoping to find anything, but Wheezy right there with the Transcendence. Pyro going to get taken down in a sea of red as the enemies surrounded him.
Exactly, and we're looking for Jason G just to get some value on Bastion. He's going to get the Flux dropped on him with a lot of abilities and cooldowns coming out from Super and Jin in an effort to silence this man, and they will find him and his friend Pyro. With 26 seconds remaining on the clock, we just need to see the Titans potentially get value out of some of these ultimates.
And the target calling from the side of the Pioneers is so incredibly effective. We see as soon as they pick a target, everyone on the team floods to that person. They take so much damage. And we see them collapsing on the Titans once again. Titans going to get taken down. And we see the victory screen and the team kill gong at the same moment, as a dominating victory coming out from the Farmington Pioneers over the Titans today.
Yeah, the Titans not showing that they were the better competitor today, but they are showing that they did have some advantage there, and we are going to see a nice play of the game from Nelsie there, getting the dragon in the cleanup from some of those staggered spawns, and you know, it just seemed to be the theme of the match today. A lot of bloodshed from one direction. And so, not all that we were hoping for, but a good match nonetheless, with a big 4-0 victory here for the Pioneers today. And that's one of the things that it's not always the most fun thing to see, but you gotta admit that the Pioneers have just absolutely flourished today in their match.
Yeah, and so we I'm excited to see what comes from them throughout the rest of this season. They're really showing emphatically today that they are here to play this season. Notre Dame should be watching their backs. We'll see how it goes for the rest of the year for the Pioneers and our Titans as well. Looking forward to see how they improve throughout the course of our EGFH season. That's going to do it for us today from EGFH. Thank you for tuning in to week 2 of the fall 2019 Overwatch League season. You can catch the action every week starting at 4:15 p.m. on Tuesday with Super Smash Bros., Wednesday with Rocket League, and Thursday, of course, with Overwatch. You can follow us at Official EGF on Twitter and Twitch for updates and announcements. This season wouldn't be possible without the support from our amazing sponsors, the Yukon Gaming Club and the Yukon School of Engineering. This is Cool J, and you can find me on Twitter at CoolJ_TV.
And I'm Adele, and you can find me at DelOverwatch on Twitter and Twitch as well. And I want to say thank you for joining us. Thank you to all the players, and thank you to all the parents and anyone involved in the programs. We love you all, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.